Are we on? Are we on? Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And oh boy, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is a Brandeis High School great who was given the highest praise of honor from New York City legend and basketball icon Strickland as one of the toughest players he's played against. So you already know tonight is going to be a goodie. By the way, when they played against each other in the playoffs and lost to Truman, this basketball head poured in 32 points, while Rod had 36 with the win. But after speaking to Rod and having him on the show, he said, man, Terrance Brodnick, I just let it out the bag. Well, you already know who it is now. Was a tough defender. Surprising I let that one slip. But anyway, this basketball head he also played for the legendary Sundevils, coming up with Lamont, Dyson, who I think was the coach, Riverside Church, and the Gauchos, with New York City legend Derek Band-Aid Chivas, who is definitely on the check-in tonight. After high school, he attended Jacksonville College with a few of New York City legendary players like Mike Boogie, Master Rob, Big Low, and can't forget Carl Herra. Not a New Yorker, but he played for the Houston Rockets. So you already know that team was crazy. After JUCO, he received a scholarship from the University of South Alabama, where he would become one part of a legendary backcourt, peanut butter and jelly, with him being the peanut butter. They lost to Michigan in the Sweet 16 in 1989. But you already know my next guest left college in style, being 18th in assists in school's history all time. This basketball head also won numerous MVP awards on the New York City basketball circuit to solidify his legacy. Now, he is a coach for the Harlem All-Stars and continues to give back to his community in various ways. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show Brandeis High School, Jacksonville College, and the University of South Alabama great, Terrance T-Nut Brodnick.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's happening, my brother? What's happening?
Hey, what's up, Coach? How you doing, Glenn?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well, brother. No doubt. It look like you. Look, every time I see you, it look like you've aged a bit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you know,
I think
minus a little bit on top, like me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it looks good on us.
I ask my students that when I see them. I say, "How I look?" They say, "Coach, you still look the same. You just don't got no waves."
Yo, for some reason, I could never get waves. I didn't have the patience. You know, that took patience. right? And
What?
at night, maybe my hair wasn't good enough, bro, because waves was not for me, fam.
Oh man, I thought it'd work because they had that thick grease and you put that pink moisturizer in there with the Scully on and it works.
And my mom bust me up for ripping up her stockings. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
No doubt, man. All right. Dorian Graham is on the check-in. Ayatollah Beast on the check-in. And Eric Weaver all on the check-in. Yes. So far, so good.
Wow, I love those dudes. I missed him. I loved him. We started out with the Sundevils when we was like 12 when we went to the Garden. Following on that, he played with me in State Park. I mean, I'll play with that dude anywhere, man. He ain't gonna take no shots. He just rebound and pass, baby. Get him a few dunks and he happy.
And be very effective while doing it, right? No
yeah,
doubt.
Man, I love that dude. He don't complain, don't say nothing. He do everything I ask him. Rebound, hit me, and I give him a few dunks. He happy.
Facts. Salute. Tia Bean. She said, "What's up, Uncle?"
Oh, who that? Todd? I think Todd.
It's Tia B. It's Tia B. 85.
Oh, I don't know, but
right, because they don't put their real name, we won't know. Trust me, I go through this all the time.
Yeah. Well, I'll try, but I know as many as I.
My guy, All Ball, Tucson's in the building.
Oh, that's my man.
Yeah,
I love Tucson.
Yeah.
Tucson, I need a part 2 with Tucson. He was the first one I did a podcast with.
Yes,
and I didn't have my homework. I wasn't prepared. But the next one I do with Tucson, gonna be off the chain.
That's right.
He know that. He owed me that. I got a second interview with him because I was the first one.
Man, listen, whenever you want to come on, man, anytime, bro. You know, I know it's always an open door, my guy, All Ball. Rodney Johnson, the Ghost, is in the building.
Oh, I love Rodney. He coached the Dominican team, high school team. He does great with them. He worked with them, and I knew him back in the Sun Devil days. And coincidence, right. my mentor, Perch, is his best friend.
Wow.
So you know this basketball world is a small world.
Listen, man, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the family of New York City basketball, man, is a beautiful thing, man. So, man, we gonna have some fun. Oh, man, they just keep pouring in. James Witt in the building. What's up? John Johnson
man, you know
in the building.
That is.
John Johnson.
James Witt is Jim Ice.
Word.
And me and Jim Ice played for the Sun Devil for 2 years and ain't lose a game in 2 years.
Wow. You got Palatine great John Johnson in the building.
Oh man, John, my favorite. We were the top 3. Me, John, Ed Daviner. Easy games when I play with those guys. When I play against them, we got wars. We play together. Oh man, we have fun. We win everything. That's when New York go out of town. We win everything.
That's right. Well, we used to, right? But that's another story. We're going to definitely get there, man. Salute to everybody that's in the building on the check-in. Appreciate all of y'all. I want to jump right into this, man, because this is your night and we celebrating you, man. Who introduced you to the game?
Well, I started the game like I lived across the street from a schoolyard. I'm from 121st and 7th Avenue, but I moved all over uptown, downtown, and I lived across the street from a schoolyard. So I used to go in there all the time, and my favorite shot was a running hook. I used to shoot a running hook when I was like 8 or 9. And then I had a guy, I made a team with Torian's Disco. This was 12 and under. Because I was living up by Esplanade. And this guy named Luther Bub used to take me to my games in Montmartre Park.
Okay.
So each time he used to take me, I used to get $1. So in the beginning,
that was a lot back then.
Man, you know how much money that was back then? So and Rucker and Montmartre, you got the big court and the side court. And the side court is all backboard. It's all backboard. So what happened is each game I get 8, I get 10. Around like game 6, he was like, "Look here, man, I can't pay you no more like that. I can't." It's getting a little difficult. I can't be giving you that. You know what I mean? So that's when I knew I started getting better. When I started hitting like 12, 14, I could compete with the grown-ups.
Wow. Look, listen, speaking of that running hook shot I used to do, there's a guy in the G League named Xavier Simpson. That's his favorite move. So when I saw it and you mentioned it, I just saw it the other day. I was like, that move is such an unstoppable move. First of all, we all know what the captain, Kareem, did with it, right?
That's impeccable. Because they always was blocking my shot. But if I do a running hook, I could get it off.
Wow.
If I run and throw a quick hook, if I shoot it regular, it's going to be a home run.
Man, I think that's a lost art. If a guard can, he's doing it now in the G League, but if somebody in New York picked that up, man, I think it'll catch on.
Yeah, I understand how that, that should be a shot for some of the big guys. That's, it works.
Facts.
It works.
Facts. That's real deal right there. Where did you get the name Peanut Butter from?
Well, I lived uptown. I went to IS-10 with Dal Mack. I don't know if you remember Dal Mack.
Yes.
He used to take me he used to take me to my games, him and Jay, God bless the dead, named Jay. Because I lived uptown, I played for them. Because D Mack blossomed as he got older. Some people be good at 10, he got good when we got older. So he used to take me to my games, and anybody that went to IS-10 or from uptown, they call me T-Nut. And if you're from downtown, they call me Butter.
Facts. Because dudes just hit me up. Chivas is like, yo, tell my guy Butter to hit me up. I mean, that I'm gonna check it tonight. My guy, Cook Slow, the producer, he calls you T-Nut, right? So it's different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I got different names because, like I said, when I first went to what happened was when I got to Brandeis, me and Jim Ice, James Rich was the only freshman to make it.
Wow.
Brandeis was pretty difficult. They had Mr. Page, they had the bronze guys from Patterson and Mitchell. They had a system, and me and him was the only two that made the team.
Wow. Yo, James Ice, we need you on the show, brother. So whenever you want to come on, you're very welcome. Tanisha Evans is on the check-in. She called you Mr. MVP.
Yeah, that's my son's mother, man. She gave me a kid that changed the world, man. Changed my whole life around. So I owe her for that.
No doubt. Respect. John Johnson. He want to give a shout out to Jim Ice. Look at, man, they just
we all played at the Sundevils together. We got the Sundevils. To tell you the truth, the Sundevils, we could beat Riverside and Gauchos. What happened was, as we got like 13 and 14, we had to explore. He told me to go to Riverside. We had to expand. But prior to that, if Lamont Dyson ever do a documentary, he's one of the last coaches that could say he was beating both of the top two programs. And he got players in the pros pool. He got a lot of us Division I, a lot of us successful as careers. So if Lamont do a documentary while we still living, the man got a lot, he got a lot of history still around.
First tech of the night. This is a positive text right here. Yo, Lamar Dyson, come on, tell your story, and then you can do your full story in the documentary, right? But I think coaches like that need to be highlighted because in today's era where a lot of these kids, or a lot of the programs have sneaker deals and big sponsorships, it was those coaches who did it out the love and the generosity of giving back to their communities that turned out the most players. If you really look at it, like I could name all the guys who I've heard about, who guys talked about on this program. It's just amazing the amount of names and the amount of community guys who created a lot of ball players.
Yeah, these was real coaches, know the understanding of the game and everything. My other favorite coach was Dave McCullen. Now he my rivalry. Every year, him riding us is Riverside Gauchos, it's Sundevils dust, Sundevils them. But when it came time to go out of town, out of state, he would approach me and ask me, "Would you want to go?" And go ask my coaches. So this how you knew in New York we sending our best 12. This ain't our best 12 no more.
They sending like 40 teams out, and it's weaker than the product.
Yeah, everybody's AAU. Anybody's watered down.
He said, anybody's AAU. That sounds like a t-shirt.
Anybody, me and you can sign up right now. We got a team. Come on, send that money you down. Come on, let's water it down.
Wow. Shout out to Dennis Rose. Dennis Rose on the check-in. He said, my man, teammate.
All right, let me tell you about this dude. What I loved about that dude, this was my junior year, Glenn. We live by the 3, we die by the 3. But when he put Dennis in, I goes to the 2. And he passed it to me every time. I love that dude. So my numbers went up my junior year. When he come in, I'm straight. Because before that, I got a pass. But when Dennis Rhodes come in the game, and he pick you up from the front to the end. You ain't chilling with this dude. Right. He picking you up as soon as you touch the ball. So either you gonna pass it or you gonna do it. So shout out to Dennis. I love you. I miss you. I see you Mardi Gras. I'm coming to Mobile.
No doubt, man, no doubt. Who are some of your influences coming up outside of the coaches?
Well, Steve Burt lived around my way.
Okay.
And him and my sister went to school together, and I used to love Steve. I thought he was aggressive. He could score. He could jump high. And he was physical, and he don't take no jump. You know, so anybody knows Steve, you ain't playing, man. He physical and you ain't gonna be mouthing off too much. So as I got older, and then I had Kenny Hutch live in my area, Charlie Beck. One thing about the Tip, Mike Boogie, these are my favorites.
Yo, this is overload right now. Yo, in the surrounding area in your neighborhood, all of these guys was like within walking distance of each other?
Yeah, well, they all come meet me. They come on my block and meet me. Jim Ice, Richie Adams, all that. Anybody looking for me, Pooh, I'm on 121st and 7th. So they know that's my neighborhood. So anybody come around, any basketball player, you come by, we have a ball, you hang out. Even if I ain't there, they still take care of them. Because every time I come to a game with a 20-pack or 30-pack. I'm coming. My whole neighborhood is coming to my game.
That's crazy. Prince Boogie is in the building. He said, my man Butter.
Who that? That's Mike Boogie?
It's Prince Boogie. Look, let's not try to figure it out right now. They say they full.
All right, only Prince Boogie I know is my son. I love you, dude, man. You're my favorite person in the whole wide world. You get top grades. You don't give me no trouble. You think I don't do no wrong. I love you, man.
Oh, man. That's another technical play right there. Salute. Prince Boogie, salute. We love to hear that. We love to hear that. Hey, listen, my guy, Todd, a.k.a. Cook Slow Producer, he said, how was it being the main guy from Harlem on those Gauchos and Riverside teams?
Well, most of the time, like you see, look at the roster, I'm the only one from Harlem. Like with Lawrence, they from North Babylon, Stepinac, all over the place. They go find them players. Him and Lou gonna go find them players. It's just lucky that I fit in. Like some of them, the coaches liked in my game style because they know basically I'm Riverside. If you want to say the whole truth, I've been with Lawrence my whole career. Sometimes I got in trouble. That's why in the Golden Hoops, I got them back. I went and played with the Gauchos. So if you notice in the Golden Hoops that year, the first time the Golden Hoops, it was incredible. And I played with the Gauchos because Lawrence, I got in some trouble and he suspended me for a while. So Dave caught on and I played with the Gauchos. And in that game, Glenn, it had me, Derek Brower, and Mac Bruss. Mac Bruss was the point guard from North Carolina and St. John's. And Derek Brower was from St. John's. But if you ask anybody, you see Dave McCullum, I should have got MVP that day. That was my neighborhood, and I put up some good numbers that day, you know? And if you see the clippings, because I got to send it to Dave, it got the 3 Bs, Brodnick, Bruss, and Brower. Wow. Remember that? And we beat Riverside. John Johnson, my man, and Ben Gordon and all of them. That was the first time I switched over. I had the, because like I said, I would go on trips with the Gauchos with no luggage. With no luggage. They're coming to me.
What year was this? Was this the year that Rod and them played as well? Or was that the year before?
Yeah, you see the pictures that they try to contrast us against Mashburn and them? You ever seen that photo?
No.
And I had Randy Workhorse was on that team with me. I went with me, Rod, CC. You got to look at the photos. I got to see the photos, Glenn.
No,
but,
I remember if it was 84, it was 80. If it was 84, I think you guys lost to Brooklyn. It was my freshman year, going to my sophomore year, and I think Silk got MVP. Am I correct?
that was the year before that. The year I played, we won it. I won it with Gauchos.
Okay,
me,
so
Rod,
I was there. Yes.
Yeah, it was me, Rod, Ty. Remember I told you, Bruss. What's one of the King brothers? Gerald King.
Gerald King. Yeah.
I got to really look at it. I know that was the team I played with. Lloyd was on that team too.
Wow, Lloyd Daniels.
Yeah. Wow. When we go away, you know how they do the fives, separate fives?
Right.
1 5, second 5. Me and Lloyd will be in the second 5. He got the 1, I got the 2. Is that crazy?
Yeah. So John Johnson said, so who got MVP?
Who got MVP? He ain't get MVP. Derrick Brown got MVP. That's why I was mad, JJ. Come on, Derrick Brown guy. He shouldn't have got that, man.
You say yeah.
Because he did something in the Empire. He did something in the Empire State game.
Was it Dedrick Irvin or?
No. Oh, for our team? No, I think Derrick Brown got it.
Wow. Yo, John, I'm going to need you. Yo, John, if it was Derrick Brown, put a thumbs up or yeah. Answer yeah in the chat, please. Wow.
Yeah, I was heated, man. I say he did that in the Empire State games. He didn't do that here.
Right. and Derrick will be on the show soon too. So I'm gonna hit him up.
Yeah, I hope. I ain't seen him in a long time. I got some sentences for him. That's mine, man. Give me that.
Wow, this is dope, man. This is dope. So the cat is already out the bag now. Derek Chivas, of course, Sam Graham, John is here. They all hit me up and wanted to tell you what's up and show you some love.
Oh, you said Sam Graham?
Sam Graham, Derek Chivas. Yep.
I ain't see Sam.
Yeah, Sam.
I ain't see Sam since Riverside.
Yeah, he's in Amsterdam right now. He's a big deal over there, agent, and he has a training facility where he trains kids.
All right, tell him I said I love him, teammate, man. Take my number so we can stay in touch.
I'm gonna send it to him. I'm gonna definitely send it to him. For sure.
I always say that while we still here. We might as well communicate.
Listen, this is one of the reasons why I started the show, right? I have two best friends who've been pushing me to do this for some years now, going back almost 7 years now. And I was just like, nah. But then, COVID happened and we started losing a lot of players. And
correct.
I was just, it hit me so close to home because a lot of those guys was around my age bracket. Mo Kirby, Dave Edwards, Chris Brooks, so many guys, that we lost. And so many others. I just named those few. And it just pushed me, said, you know what? Start the show, let guys tell their story. And then, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Getting to sit back and hear guys' stories. Because a lot of times we hear these rumors, right? We hear these rumors.
Yeah. A lot of people, man, they don't tell the truth, man. I mean, I tell the truth, man. It is my favorite line I tell people, if you good, you good. I don't care what tournament you played in, where you been at, man. They always talk about Rucker Park. Rucker, I killed every tournament. What are you talking about? And Rucker, they ain't playing no defense anyway. What are you talking about? So when people judge their stats on that, what you did in school and what you did in all the other tournaments, and if you're good as you say you are, like I told you, they told you about me. I've never met you. It's other people to come. If you good, the other people going to say how good you are. You don't got to say nothing. They'll tell the truth if you're good, right, Coach?
No, this is so real. When I was a youngster, my OG on my team was Kenny Parker, Carl Silk Owens, Spice Gilpatrick, all of those guys.
Yeah, those are two of my favorites. I love both of them.
Right? So they was putting me up on game, especially Kenny. Kenny was the guy who kind of schooled me to everybody that was somebody in the city who I need to, look
Yeah,
out for.
those were two hard assignments for me. Owens and Spike. Spike was kind of strong,
Yes,
and
yes,
Owens I think was left. He was
Fact-
left-handed a little bit.
facts,
So we all in our era, like you said, I try to explain that when we used to go to the television, all of our friends is on TV. You
facts,
can't win in New York. You cannot win without a New York point guard.
facts.
So I'm trying to tell my students, I couldn't wait to run to the TV because I see Glenn on TV. I see him on John. I see this. I see Tip. I see Mike. I see Master. I see everybody on TV. New Yorkers, we got somebody on every team.
Facts.
So that's when I love the game. Now my coach is like my roommate, assistant coach for Houston. So I wanted to go out there because I've never been number one in my life. They number one in the country. I went out there for a week and a half. Man, they getting all the perks, man. I'm hanging there all week. You'd have thought I was a student like I was with them. You know, in small world, you get to the coaching staff, they know Rod Strickland. They know this. I'm like, my man, I see them every day. That's my rivalry. So, like you said, that basketball world is so small that everybody asks me, you know Kareem Reed, you know that? Yeah, I see them. I know these dudes. I see them. You know what I mean? So that's how small the world is. You get what I'm saying? How the basketball, that New York connection is incredible.
Yeah, man. You have such an amazing story, man. And, you know, what I love to see is the guys come out and celebrate each other. Like that means the most to me. I'm not in it for anything else. I don't look for props. I'm just here to celebrate. You know, we educators, right? We've been serving people all our life. Now we're the servers now. We're serving the kids, right? And I think the extension of what we're doing is to give back to the New York City basketball community, which gave me so much, man. So I just want to say thank you again for being on here, brother. Appreciate you.
Man, I appreciate it. And what I really like is that you came to me, so people must have said something to us. So you said, as a historian and to know the game, hey man, how come I don't know this dude? I'm supposed to know this dude.
No,
you know
I knew, but I didn't know.
Remember you.
I didn't know Ron. I'm a little younger, so I didn't know that, you know, Ron Strickland would mention you like that and say, you know, I asked him, who is your toughest competition?
Yeah,
Ron,
we had some battles, man.
He could have said Michael Jordan, Gary Payton. He could have said Muggsy Bogues. He could have said Kenny Smith. He could have said anybody. He said you. And only you.
And man, that dude used to bring the best out of me. No matter what tournament we're in, we're gonna meet up with those guys. And no matter what happened, it's gonna be us in Riverside. And no matter where you go, you might pull a Buster Douglas here and there, but just like Dedrick found out he my cousin later on in life, right?
Wow.
He sends Jim Ice, me and Dorian. He says Tim Graham and Jim Ice. He cleaning out his house. When he cleaning out his house, he see the second place trophy. That's because we beat them to go to the Garden. Wow. That's when the citywide you go to the Garden when you win.
Right.
You know they play that song. You got to win. Somebody got to win. You got to lose. Well, they beat us in the winter, so we had to see them get the bags and the trophies. And then in the summer, we won our division. Then we had to play Brooklyn, John and them, and we was at the Garden.
Wow.
So we was at the Garden early. Me, like Dorian, Jim Ice. That's when Cleve was the biggest dude in New York City. He was 12 years old. We win every tournament, man. But everybody was like, I got too old. Cleve. And you know what's so funny? Glenn, coach, he the same size now.
Wow. Wow.
But back then, he was a beast.
The monster.
He was a beast. You know, that's how people change as life go on. Some people blossom early, I said. Some people blossom late.
Yeah, man. When I was in prep school, you know, we used to go down and watch Boston University play when Dedrick was there. And the fast forward all these years now to see his son, Kyrie, it's just amazing, man. And their games are so different. Their games are so different.
To me, he remind me of a Rod 2.0 with a jumper.
Facts.
Because he used both hands. He could get anywhere he want on the court, and he could shoot. And he can shoot, and he got little hops. People be sleeping on my cousin. He got little hops.
Yeah.
And I don't bother him. I don't do none of that. If he ever asks me, I say, yeah, that's my cousin. I don't bother him. Now, me and his father go at it because he always got something to say, and I always got to defend myself. And, but it be all in fun. You know what I mean? When we all get together, me, him, Beck, all of us, and we all meet up, man, we have a ball. That's why we take the pictures, me, Speedy, everybody, all that, man. We all know each other. And I try to tell the kids, we didn't have technology. So word of mouth told me, hey, Pooh had 35 over here. This word of mouth got around. What do you think? We was dinosaurs? People don't think that we didn't hear what's going on.
Facts. No, that's real. That's real. Yo, it's so crazy, right? Because Sunbelt, right?
Yeah, I was in the Sunbelt, like, that's I was playing against D. Brown, Dinkins, Chris Gatlin. Rod played with Byron Dinkins at San Antonio.
Right.
And he asked Strickland, he said, yo, Strickland said, what's up with my man from New York? He said, yo, I used to be killing him, but he give me a rough time. My man, Glenn, he had the option. He can shoot it every time he wants to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, yeah, he had the green light. I didn't have the green light, bro.
Man, that's the difference, right? When these guys you play can shoot anytime they want.
You got the green light. The plays are set up for you, bro. I do what you did. I'll never get back in.
Yo, I am going through this. Listen, I am going through. I'm trying to find it, and once I find it, it's going to trip you out. Once I find it, but as we talking, I'm just going to be flipping through it because I am flipping through. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. I got it.
You got it?
South Alabama. It says, damn, I need some glasses. Was this the year y'all played? You played with Dal Faulkner? Did you play with Dal? See, this is what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at Street and Smith.
When I played, the two I played with was Junie Lewis and Jeff Hodge.
Okay,
Junie was at Pittsburgh. He got in trouble because I wonder how he got out South Alabama. That's how good that dude was.
Yeah, Eugene Lewis from Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Junie Lewis and Jeff Hodge. That's why we was peanut butter and jelly. But Jeff jumper was water, and he was like 6'3", 6'4". I thought my jumper was water. He was 6. He had the smooth shot, but Junie was an athlete. He would have made Utah, but he did something to Stockton. He did something stupid.
Wow.
Other than that, when I got there, I said, yo, these dudes is athletes. How did they get? Especially Junie Lewis. He must have got in trouble somewhere because ain't no way he should have been at South Alabama.
Wow.
This dude was getting triple-double, getting rebound, put it between his legs. So he was amazing. Practice.
Before guys was doing that. Now everybody can do that. But those moves that you just mentioned just now was a rarity.
Man, he did that. We playing D. Brown on ESPN on TV. He snatches a rebound, put it between his legs, and bounce it and bring it up. People ain't probably catch on.
Well,
you know what I mean? I see why he was at Pitt. That dude really was good, man.
D. Brown.
We used to have battles. We used to have battles in practice.
D. Brown was good. Caught one of these on us in the game. This is before the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm.
We
beat them twice. They was at Jacksonville. He was at Jacksonville. See, the Sun Belt was so puzzling now. None of them teams was there when I was there. Only one left was Western Kentucky. It was hard. We had UAB. We had VCU. That joint was hard. Night in, night out. UAB, North Carolina, Charlotte, you name it. None of them is in that conference now.
Wow.
None of them in South now. They got a football team is A1. It was A1 when we was there. So imagine it's incredible now.
Yeah, I was looking at the media page and I was just like, yeah, they spending some money on this right here.
They spent some money and they calling me. They got a place. Like a lot of my friends already got a room down there. Now, one day, this is the fun. I got a story for you. One day we playing Florida State. Now I'm guarding that guy named McLeod. Remember, 6'6" point guard, shoot threes. So this guy comes in with jerry curls and 2 girls. I asked my coach, yo, who is this clown? He says, "Nut, that's Deion Sanders." I say, word? I said, I never heard of him. He said he's good in both. I go the next week, they play my school in baseball. He destroys them. I go to another game at Auburn to see him in football. He destroys them. So ever since that, my whole career, I say, looks made to be deceiving, man. You never know who somebody is.
Facts. Let's go back to your high school years, right? What made you go to Brandeis?
Well, first, Lawrence used to try to get me to go to, he had the connection with all the Catholic schools.
That's what I'm saying.
So I could have went anywhere. So he kept saying me all that. So coincidence, I just followed. You had to go with your school zone. So my zone school was Brandeis. So that means my whole neighborhood was there because Brandeis was 2 buildings. It was an annex and a main. The 9th and 10th was on 65th, and the other one was on 84th. So when I got to Brandeis, I had a lot of my friends there, everything, so I felt comfortable. And then when I went to try out, they said it was kind of hard because they always got the Patterson and the Mitchell guys and the guys who play for Mr. Page and all of them. They already have it programmed. So I'm like, I'm just going to go try out anyway. So I went to go try out, and my coach is Howie Harrison. I heard he played with Bob Lanier at what school was it? St. Bonaventure.
Yeah.
So the stories I heard, how Howie was great too, my coach. So as I got there, I had a coach. So me and Jim Ice and Terry Ferg, who's ASAP Ferg manager now, we said, let's go try out. So we had to come, from the annex building to the main. Then we go to try out. Each week you look at your name. As I start getting further now, I'm making it to the last cuts. So when I look, it was a coincidence. He used to mess with my homeroom teacher. So she used to be like, how you did? I'd be like, I don't know. They kind of big and stronger than me. I don't know if I stuck out. She like, just hang in there. Because I really wanted to play outside ball so I could dominate. Because you remember back then you couldn't play outside ball if you played high school. So I said, I'll tear all these tournaments up if I don't. But I made it. So when we made it, I was like, wow, I made it varsity. And our first scrimmage, the 6 quarters, we used to do that.
They still do it.
Boys and girls. We played boys and girls, man. And I'm playing against Pearl and Elma. So I'm like, I went from 8th grade to now I'm in 9th grade guarding the Pearl. So this was crazy. Big difference.
First of all, yo, I think this is the most text I blew so far, right? We've only been on 37 minutes. Listen, 9th grade, and you getting introduced to the Pearl, and then Elma Anderson,
and a 6th quarter scrimmage in Brooklyn.
How was that?
Man, the first one was hard. He was talking to me. I get some good little moments here and there, but I was like, is this level for me? You know what I mean? He's stronger, bigger
than everybody. He was bigger than everybody.
Yeah. But I remember he was a little older to be in high school because people realize he went to Norman Thomas.
Right.
People forget that. He went to Norman Thomas.
But he only played 3 years at the high.
Yeah, so when he left Norman Thomas, that's when he went to the high?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. When he left Norman Thomas, I think he was there a year, and then he transferred boys and girls. Yeah.
Yeah, and then and another time my freshman year, we played at City College, and we had to play, remember I'm a freshman again, we had to play, what's them with the little guard, what's the name of that school? Ed Davenant went there. They wasn't getting no light though.
Alexander
Hamilton.
No,
we had to play them. They had Scurry, Reynolds. I was a freshman at City College.
They won it in 81. And that
was crazy.
They were the first team.
Yeah. Now how hard is that? I had to mess with them.
Listen, they were the first team. Hold on for a sec. They were the first high school team in the country to play on national television. In 1981 versus Benjamin
they had a bomb squad.
Yes.
Yeah, Andre Irvin too, right?
Yes.
Because Ed Davenant didn't get in. They come with they came like 20 deep, 25 deep on the left line.
They had 24 guys on the team. 12 of those guys wound up going Division I.
Correct. Because I look, I'm like, wow, we playing them. All this, like I tell you, is my freshman year.
That was
So
just
by the time my junior year, we won it. We beat McKinley Tech at City College. We won it my junior year up there. My senior year, we lost to Strickland and them, Truman. And we played Muggsy Bogues and them too. They beat us. They beat me my sophomore year. They came to City College. They used to come with their little suits on and trench coats and the bus, and they come in and tear you up.
When did you start to come into your own?
Like when I started hitting like 13, 14, that's when I knew I started competing against grown men. I was doing good. I used to get on Steve Burke's nerves. If anybody else, he would have been knocked him out. Because I used to be like, yo, my man, I'm ready for you, man. What's up? He used to be like, and he called me by my government. Terrance Brodnick, if you don't get out of my face, to this day, he still call me by my government. I used to get on his nerves, man, because when I started getting like 15, 16, I thought I was ready for him.
Wow. That's dope. That's dope, man. So, you know, going through what you went through your freshman year, seeing all what the city had to offer, how did like your sophomore year and junior years turn out? And your senior year?
Well, as they started changing, I got a different coach. Howie went to Columbia. So as it became, remember, I've been the last one left. Players been coming and going. So I became like the senior. I became the last guy still standing because everybody was leaving. Chip, Ron, all of them was leaving off. Dave, the older guys. Because remember, I was there as a freshman. And the reason why I started getting a lot of recruits, Glenn, we had a guy named Bobby Jones. You ever heard about him?
Yeah.
Bobby Jones was there with me. So the schools was coming to see him, Glenn, and seeing me. So that's why I tell kids, I couldn't wait to play against an All-American because he got about 100 scouts there. And they can't get him, but they can get me. So that's how I started really getting recruited. They was coming to Brandeis cameras looking at Bobby Jones. And they were seeing me. They was like, oh, well, they got this freshman over there. Wait till he get up to it. You know what I mean? So that's another thing I forgot to tell you. Bobby Jones was highly recruited at Brandeis. Man. So when the recruiters was coming, they were seeing me also.
Wow. And a lot of times, too, when you playing against the All-American, it happens the same way. If they don't get the chance to get that person that they're looking for.
Yeah, so they can get me and you, man. I mean, they can't, you know what I mean? So that's what I tell a kid. Yeah, you going against them, but do your best because it's a lot of people coming to see this guy.
Facts. Judith Brodnick's in the building.
Well, that's my wife. I love her to death. She all I got, man.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Paul Scurry in the building.
Man, yeah. Yo, these are some cats I haven't seen in a long time. When I came back to the city, I haven't seen a lot of them, but they remember my government. They know my name.
Nah. Listen, bro, you definitely put it down, man. Let's talk about that game against Truman, right? Because this was actually Ross Strickland's breakout year, even though you guys knew about him uptown. And for a guy like myself who was just, you know, I was on the team as a freshman, but I didn't know what was going on until you started hearing these names and seeing the names in the paper, right?
Correct.
What was that game like when y'all played?
First of all, it was intense. He came with his whole neighborhood. I came with my whole neighborhood, and the whole Gauchos was there. The funny story, I ran into what's my man name? He played with the Gauchos. He was in the van with them. So as they come into the game, he like, well, who got T-Nut? Who got T-Nut? So they're like, yeah, CC got him. They having a discussion on me, all that. Damn, my man's name is on the tip of my tongue. He's a point guard. So they discussing that before they get there. Because meanwhile, we done played them twice already. One time at Brandeis at 6 scrimmage. They beat me in the championship in City College. Nate Holzman, the tournament City College. So now this our third meeting. All right? So it's intense. We playing, he got Rob Brantley, they got CC being physical on me and all that. But you know my favorite line, I don't work on me, CC. I love you to death, and when I see him, he usually do shut down everybody. He is the enforcer, but it don't work on me. So we playing him. It's a tense game. Rod gets hurt. Everybody in my neighborhood will tell you he gets hurt. He get poked in the eye. Something happened. He leave for about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Now we getting a little, He comes back and it's me and him battling, and he took Truman and he beat us. I'll never forget. That was my last game of my life.
Wow.
Yoda was in the car with him. Yoda.
Wow.
Yoda was in the car with him. Yoda like, who got T-Nut? They in the car already got it mapped out coming to me. And remember, they coaches, was he Steve Lapis?
I think so. Yeah.
That's their coach.
But that's where he got his launch from Truman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was. He orchestrated the whole show. He had a rebounders, a butcher, a scorer, a this. They had everything they needed. And each time we had a chance, like I said, I'll never forget, he got hurt. He left, came back with a patch over his eye. Did he tell you that? And they still came back and beat us, Glenn.
Wow.
Well, I'll never forget that. Was my last game of high school ever. At FIT, too.
Man, those are the days. FIT had some memorable games there.
Yeah, remember that?
when you found out, like, you may have to go to junior college, right? You seeing everybody going, they going off to college. What was your feelings back then? Or was you kind of okay with it because you was going down with so many guys from New York City?
No, because I was mad because I had the grades, everything, and all that. So I thought I was ready. Sometime I had a soccer coach, man. He was messing up my mail. He wasn't doing everything proper. And that's another thing that hurts the kid. If you don't got the right coaching staff there and all that, some of these guys as history teachers want to get the job, get that little money, and break out. So he wasn't doing good with my mail because my grades, I'm always A1. Either I'm average or college bound, then I became average by 12th grade because, I started getting into other things. But that's what hurted me on the recruiting. Then a guy, this is how me, Tip, and all us got together. The guy name is Dave Brown. He got Olajuwon on him off the plane. He was the recruiter for Houston.
Yeah.
He knew a guy in my name, Dave Brown. His other brother used to coach Seton Hall. He came, one of my friends came, and he came in my neighborhood and see me playing a community center. So he came to me, he got these big rings on. He telling me about all the stuff he could do. He telling me he got Tip and Master down there. So I'm like, what? So I'm like, I already graduated. So he's like, you don't gotta come. You come August something, they down there to work on their GEDs, you come down there and this and that. So I said, okay, let me go down. I know Tip, I know Master, you know what I mean? So I go down there. Wow. It was okay. It was better than I thought. I felt better with them. I was comfortable, you know what I mean? So when we got to the basketball courts, this is the weird part. Me and Tip didn't start in the beginning. He had Master playing the point with some country guys we had on the team and one All-American. We had this kid All-American named Bird. So this is how we got in. So Master kept, in New York, they wait for you to take these charges. You keep jumping off your feet. And these country dudes is programmed for charges. Because all New Yorkers, we jump off our feet when we pass. And that's how they take those charges. So Master get fouls early because he jump in the air on his passes. So after the 5th game, Dave Brown got mad. He said, I'm coming with the little lineup. He came with me, Tip, Master, Lowe, and Gabe Estabo. And James Neal from the Bronx. I forgot about him. James Neal was the leading rebounder, block shotter. He went with that. Everywhere we go, every arena we go to, it's New York against everybody.
Wow.
And that's how, and we got better. And each year that Texas conference was super duper hard. Everybody go D1. That shit is hard, man. We
That's
even playing Midland,
right?
and it's over there.
Midland, San Jacinto,
we beat San. We the only team that I ever could say in my life. We beat San Jack 144-138. The gym I bombed was packed, and they had Boo Harvey, Scurry, Butler, you name it, right? And 5 days later, we lost eligibility. They say Gabe Estabo was too old. But I saw Boo Harvey with me and Chivas. First time I seen him about 15, 20 years. We in a restaurant. So I'm like, Boo, what's up? He like, what up? I'm like, yo, you know we won that game. He like, nah, T, technically y'all didn't. But without that technicality, Glenn, we beat them 144-138 in Jacksonville.
Wow.
And Porter guards me. They got the biggest, they tear your baskets up, dunk all over it, scare you. But they were scared. They knew we was New York. We wasn't scared of them.
Wow.
We wasn't scared of them. Those was the best battles in the world, man. We go there, we meet them. And then Midland, me and Tip going against Mookie Blaylock and Ricky Grace.
Yo, hold on.
And Stu Barnett was there, but he wasn't getting no light like, oh.
You know, in the end of the show, you're gonna have a very hard time with this top five. I want to see you breathe through this because you played against and played with some amazing players. It's gonna be crazy. Salute to Stu Barnett.
I hope I don't offend nobody, man. I just make sure I name all my Charlie Beck, Tip, all my Harlem cats. I love them. Kenny Hutch, Richie Adams, Jim Ice. I love those dudes, man.
We definitely gonna get there. How was the recruiting process this time around? Now that you have a good coach and now you know that's somebody that knows what they're doing.
Well, this is what I like with him. Our mail was coming in incredible, man. We was getting mail, Stack, Master, Stack. We got the Kansas coach. This is the first time we seeing these coaches live in our gym.
Wow.
They coming live from Kansas, all that, everywhere. They coming. Bobby Crimmins and all them. Because I was supposed to go back to Georgia Tech. I signed with them in the 11th grade. So it would have been me, Kenny Anderson, and Dennis Scott.
Time out. Go back, because you didn't mention that.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that. Lorch had it set up. I had a dude on my block named Bruce Dalrymple.
Yes.
Y'all know you. He told Bobby Crimmins, you like John and all of them? I got a dude on my block better than all of them.
Wow.
So they started recruiting me in like 11th and 12th grade. That's why I stopped signing with people. Now, the deal was me to go to Georgia Tech. I was out there practicing against Mark Price.
Whew.
The first day I got out there off the plane, I'm practicing Mark Price. All the coaches is sitting there. I have a bad day that day, Glenn. So they laughing. Bobby Crimmins and them laughing. Yo, Nut, what happened? All right. The next day, that's all I kept thinking about. And he was picking me up as soon as you take the ball out, Mark Price. Because him and Sally was getting ready to go to the NBA.
Facts.
So me and Antoine Ford was there, the big dude from the Bronx.
Uh-huh.
We was the only two recruits Bobby Crimmins had in. Yo, the next day, Glenn, no, it was 2 days because I had to work on the golf course. Them 2 days was driving me crazy about Mark Price. Because the first thing, he bigger than he think when you see him, and he's stronger than he look when you see him. You get up live, he's bigger and stronger than I thought. That day, I had a great day. He ain't picked me up at half. He started picking me up at half. When I started dribbling, I'm looking at Bobby and the coaches like, what happened to your man? He was picking me up full court in the beginning. So that day, that's when I knew I'm really all right, man. I held mine against him. What else you want? And then Lorch had to set up, man. I was coming here. If I ain't got in trouble, I got in trouble in 84, 85. It hit the newspapers, everybody know. But I bounced back. And I could have went back, but I didn't want to. I said, let me go somewhere else and start all over. So I went to Jacksonville, and then I went to South Alabama. Still graduated everything, the whole nine, just that everybody take different paths.
Well, listen, I think what I believe in playing against the smoke, not with the smoke. That's what I believe. I believe in exactly what you did. You could have easily went there and joined the crew, but you wanted to set your own path, right, and blaze your own trail.
Yeah, because we had a package deal for all of us to go to New Orleans. Me, Tip, Master, and Lowe. They wanted it all. My coach left and went to New Orleans. So we all could have had a package deal. I mean, like I told you, man, when you went in and they see what we was doing, that was the first time we seen those coaches in our gym. They coming. Wow. They was coming, you know what I mean? Every night I say, yo, Tip, the Kansas dude, or we'll go to an all-star game. They calling the phone in the back in Jacksonville. I mean, like I told you, once we start, that Texas is hard, but once we beat San Jack, it hit the Texas wave like nobody beat San Jack. They come and tear your rims up, embarrass you. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. They tear you up. Our freshman year, they was tearing us up a little bit. We got them back the second year. You know, but you know that they get the best. And then the funny part, that was my coach who went to South Alabama. Remember Ronnie Allen left San Jack and went to South Alabama.
Wow.
And he was mad because, he used to get All-Americans. He couldn't get them to come to South.
Right.
My senior year, he came with the bomb squad. That's when he told me I got to play the point or I need to transfer. He was like, yo, you're shooting all those bombs your junior year? Because I came in like 5th place in the Bob Cousy Award for the 6 feet and under. They got that award for the 6 feet and under for guards.
Yeah.
I came in like 3rd or 4th place in that my junior year.
Wow.
So we went, we didn't have it. We had a winning record, but we didn't go to the NCAA. So he was pissed about that. He came the next year with a bomb squad. And he called me in the office. He said, look here. I love you, Nut. You've been my favorite player. The fans love you. But for you to stay here, you got to play the point because I can't have you shooting all those bombs.
But it worked.
So
it
I
worked
said,
out.
all right, well.
It worked out because
I said I'll play the point. Yeah. I needed to learn that. I played the point. I got that. And that's how we was ranked 18, 17. You get a lot of perks when you win and you're getting ranked. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun when you could go in other people's arenas and win. You know what I mean? That's when you know you're good.
When you stepped on campus, did you know this is your new home? When you got there, you was like, man,
not in the beginning because not in the beginning because you got 2 guards there been All-Americans already. So they probably wonder, who is this dude, man? Is he coming to take one of our spots? Because Lorch had to tell me one time I got in trouble. He said, maybe they set me up. So I'm like, wow, the country dude set me up. You know what I mean? Because people do anything for some playing time. When in that Division I, people would do anything for some playing time if he see you doing something wrong. So in the beginning, I thought they thought I was stepping on their toes. Because they've been getting all the perks, everything, the whole 9. And now I come in, you got to share some of this. So as time got on, we all relied on each other's strengths. And we learned that the more winning we do, the less headaches and the more fun we can have. Because like I tell them now, when we practice, the itinerary will say 3 to 6. My man, we in there 5.5 hours. You dudes this is incredible. Y'all don't need it 2.5 hours. You could walk off. We be there 5 hours, Glenn, and you touch that water with your name on it. See what happened. Put your hands on your knees and see what happened. So that Division I was the hardest competition ever in my life. These is grown men. Everything is timed. Nothing is being slick. We playing for horses, suicide. Practice is war. Because at the end of the day, you got the chalkboard saying you owe suicide, you owe Vegas's, so he used to make it war. So now that's why I tell them they only could be in there 2 hours. My man, we be in there 4 or 5 hours, man. We should get off the plane. We lost to Kentucky. He got bricks in the gym.
Hold on. Yo, Ayatollah, this is our 5th tech right here.
I might got checked out the game.
Yo, fam. You literally saying he got bricks, like bricks that you build houses and buildings with.
We don't own my hand. That's why if you see I play defense, my hands stay up because I've been programmed. We lost to Kentucky. We came back. We thought we going home. We go in the locker room. He take us in there. We see 2 baskets come up. Bricks. Hold them up with your hands up.
Dang.
Do that now, you're in trouble.
A lot of. Yo, let me tell you something. Right now, they don't call suicide. They call them lines. Or up and
They
back.
call them lines.
Up and down.
Oh, that's what they call them now?
You can't call them suicides.
And they don't even know what I told them a Vegas is. I said, the Vegas is 17 this way under 1:05. It got to be under 1:05 or you're going to owe more.
Was that Jerry Tarkanian?
No, I had Ronnie Hour with that, but he came. Remember I told you when I came over there, he left San Jack and came over there.
No, I was saying who came up. Did he create it? Your coach created that or he just called it Vegas? No.
I think he got that from Talk because Talk was our guest speaker. Because when Talk came to South Alabama, school as a guest speaker, he comes. And when he spoke, he said Lloyd Daniels was the best player he ever saw.
Lloyd was different, man.
Lloyd was different.
Lloyd was very different.
Yeah, he was different, man. I never seen him practice. I never seen him do nothing. I never seen him work out. I'm not gonna lie. I used to bring him to Harlem, and everybody know him because nobody's 6'9" in Harlem, Lloyd.
Right.
They gonna spot you. I'm little, you big, but you could come on my block, we can hang. But I'm not gonna lie, all the people I played against or played with, the game was easy for him, man.
Mm-hmm.
If people don't tell the truth, it was easy, and he shoot off the backboard.
Yo, he gave me Mark Doc Brown and Anthony Juice Joseph 47. We all shared 47. He was his left hand, right hand off the backboard, and then Dave wanted to take him out, and he wouldn't sub out, and this is why we was able to beat them. But he was shooting shit from half court. Now you know how dudes, you know how dudes, shoot from half court, they gotta push it. He was shooting jump shots. It was just amazing.
With the form, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, Rod, and Dedrick, and they be in the first five. You know how when you go away, the second five be me, Lloyd, whoever, and he got the 1 and I got the 2. Is that crazy? I'm 5'10", 5'11", he's 6'9", and I'm running around screens, and he throwing that shit. He throwing it over people's head. That should go right over their head.
Facts. Magic with a jump shot.
Yeah, that's what Talk said. Now he'd have been on that 5. Somebody would have been sitting in Vegas because he in the starting 5.
Ayatollah B says, "Is there any way that I could see some games that Terrance played in?"
Yeah, I went to the school. I got some sent, and then you got the Michigan game, and then you got the game we play Alabama. The first game we beat Alabama. The first game, the second game Michigan. Remember, we should have won that game. We had it down with. If you look at it, we had it 1 minute and 47, and they came back. Glenn Rice hit 2 threes, and he guarded me. That's how big that team was. What you guarding me for? They gigantic. Then you had Sean Higgins and all them coming off the bench. They was gigantic, and we had them. I look at the game. I let my son look at it the other day, and you can hear me and Glenn Rice talking in a small world. He came to play for the Knicks. My man is his friend. He's Russell Simmons' right-hand man.
Got you.
My man Mac. You might know Mac. He works with the Big Three. He worked with Ice Cube, Anthony McNair.
Okay.
He takes me to their house. Me and him look at each other. He said, "Yo, I know you." I said, "Yeah, I know you too, man." He used to let me hire the Suburbans and drive because that game was incredible. He never forgot it. Wow. We should have won that game. And he was guarding me 6'9". What you got? I kept asking, "What you guarding me for? Why Ramel ain't guarding me?"
There ain't nobody blocking your shot. They had to put a 6'9" dude on you, man.
Yeah, but I had a yo-yo. I couldn't get it off on him. My yo-yo looked great that game. I missed some easy ones, and he was talking to me like, "Yo, shorty, those is layups for me." I was like, "I ain't asked you all that." He was saying, "No, you can hear it under the mics. You know the mics is all in the NCAA tournament." He's saying everything to me, man. I'm like, whatever, man. I'm here, man. We showed up. You're losing, bro.
Facts.
And then if you see at the end, because they coach had quit. They had to hire a band. They had all the media all over him because remember the coach quit. He went to Arizona. They said, "We don't want you coaching." So they hired a band for Michigan. They hired that band. They don't know them. And they went all the way with that team. I ain't gonna lie. The biggest team I ever played against. Besides, I forgot to tell you, we played Arkansas when I had to guard Mayberry, Todd Day, and what's the big Oliver Miller.
Yeah.
When we played them on New Year's, Pine Bluff. Louisville, too. I had to guard Bradford. They had Purvis Ellison. They had Felton. The guard's 6'5", man.
Man, just running.
I'm telling cats, this is hard. Y'all be crying about who you going. I'm guarding. I'll tell you, man, these guys, I'm only 5'11". You saw me.
you plan to get some dogs too, some real. Not only that they dogs, they're NBA primetime ready players.
They good, man. I mean, these cats was good, man. Like you said, the main option is them. You watching them on the TV. You know, I ain't no option. They options. We looking at their plays because this how you know. That's what I said. Some cats is good, better when you see them live. You think they ain't. All right, you'll see. But some of them country cats in them little small schools is more dangerous than the big schools.
Now we getting to see that.
Yeah. I started seeing in the South, these gyms is packed, man. I don't know, but they got some fans. You know, they show up down there.
What was Jelly's real name?
Jeff Hodge. Jeff was real good. His brother played for Auburn, was the linebacker. Now this is the crazy part. Remember we play Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
He hits the shot at the buzzer. We goes to the alumni. The pictures all over the place for 200,000. What year was that, Glenn? 89. 200,000 for the photo. 200,000. The alumni is buying it. Got his form. Got everything. 200,000. Jeff was water. Only thing about Jeff, he couldn't dribble that good. And the only thing about Junie, I don't know. I think he hit Stockton. He did something stupid at Utah. Because Steve Burke told me he was playing him somewhere else in the CBA and all that. But he did something dumb. He could have made Utah. Wow. Jeff was good, but he couldn't, not off the dribble. Gotcha. But his jump was water. I mean, he going to hit 10 out of 10, man. He makes all his foul shots. He was good. They was good. See, what they needed with me, they couldn't penetrate. They couldn't pass. They couldn't make two take. People don't know what that means. I'm the best at that. So I get them buckets.
Explain, please.
People, that mean I can get two defenders to come to me and get somebody open. You can have the best defender in the world on you. I'm going to still get you some buckets. Because my coaches say I'm the best to make two take, which means you could draw another defender, no matter who's there, and you get them guys the ball. So a lot of them don't know what that means. I'm glad you said that, make two take. They don't know what that means.
No, that's real. That's real right there. K. Pratt, BX, and I remember that South Alabama team. It's legendary, man. If you don't, go check it out. If you haven't seen the games, type it in on YouTube. The games are still there. The games are still there. Now, explain to people the excitement of being in the Sweet 16. See, we watch it from television. It's a different feeling, right?
Yeah.
You being there, what was that experience like for you?
Well, I started to send you the pictures of that because I still have the picture of me coming off the planes, all that, everything. Because South, what we did was historical. So what's puzzling is when the whole school, they got slogans, we got T-shirts you make up and all that, and we all go in the locker room, we waiting to see who you got to play. So when we see that, we so happy. And then a school like South Alabama, this changes the budget. They never get money like this. This is big time money to help with the other programs. And then, like you said, you get all these perks, man. You get all type of gifts. I got watches, ring that say Sweet 16. I got even the funny part, when you see my ring and you see Dal walking in the ring from Seton Hall, my ring is way better than this. I'm like, yo, that look like. See, my coach made the school spend some money and get us some rings. You get what I'm saying? So you get these book bags, perks. Like for my son, I got my ring, I got my watch, it got the year, it got your name on it. Each round you go, the more perks you get, the more stuff you get, the more prizes you get. You get what I'm saying? So, and then become more media. They all over you. So you can imagine there's way more. You can imagine when I was there, and it's incredible now. They follow you. They come in the locker room. The first 6 people get drug tested. The first 6, the starting 5 and whoever else coming to kill. And you ain't going nowhere. The agent follows you till you do it in the cup. I mean, you could walk in the stand. I come in the stand and chill with you. He going to be in the stands there. So this is how real it is. You know what I mean? You got to take the realest drug test. Because they ain't playing. They tell you they got all the things there that can't be in your system. Label it. It's serious. It's serious. It's serious. Each round they get better and better. And like I said, the perks is incredible. Sweatsuits, bags, you get everything, man. Like I said, I still got my watch and my ring.
Well, speaking of Seton Hall, I had James Majors on here and Darryl Walker. It was amazing that they said they used to get $5 for meal money. And I was just like blown away. I was like, wow, we got more money than that. I can see why their rings were the way they were.
Yeah, you want to tell me what my scheme was? Because I'm from Harlem, New York. They always say I got a scheme. So every time the players used to come to me, hey, buddy, my family's coming to the game. You think you get me a dunk tonight? You know my line, you got $5? So the coaches used to catch on. The game is over. I'm chilling. They like, who you waiting on, Nut? About 4 people owe me $5, man. You must be crazy. So every game we got, they come to me. Hey, Nut, hey, buddy, think you can give me a dunk tonight? Yeah, you got $5? So I used to hustle all down there in South. They was like, yo, this dude, yeah, man, because my family here too, man. What are you talking about?
Fact.
But you said you want to dunk, right? So every time, Glenn, we be waiting for that money, I'm waiting. They're like, nah, what you waiting around for? Man, a couple of them owe me $5. Think I could have did my finger rolls, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, they was like that, but nah, they were taking care of us down here. They never won like that. So we was like rock stars, man. We had parades, bands, all that, man. They didn't win in South Mobile. I'm about to go to Mardi Gras. They send me watches. I still get watches, everything, because Ronnie Arrow's still down there. It's coincidence. I tell you, I went to Houston. We all met up. Carl Herra, all us. You see on my Instagram, me, Carl Herra, everybody. We're gonna have a reunion down in Jacksonville because so many of us was there.
How was he in college? You
know, Carl Herra?
Yeah, I seen him play in the pros, but I didn't see him play in college.
You gotta remember, they was beasts. They was already playing in against Michael Jordan and them in the Olympics.
Yeah,
him and Gabe Estabo. I'm gonna tell you a story on him. One day we in practice, somebody shoot it. Master Rob get the top dunk on his shoulders. He was mad, pushed him off on that. He was about to get in the fight and all that. It got ugly because we all stick together in New York. You're not touching Master. We all New Yorkers, all us Bronx, all that, we stick together. But boy, we used to have battles in practice. Carl was a beast. He looked like the and one man. Because you got to remember, they already had money. They got cars, man. They playing against Jordan Olympic team. So when you come play against this competition, he dominate. His whole plan was this was the deal. 1 year Houston NBA. 1 year Houston NBA. He ain't no time for all that. That was the whole deal with Carl. 1 year Houston NBA. Yeah, he was the real deal.
Never technical play. That person in you was talking about not the you was talking about the and one, you was talking about the game over man.
He looked like the man on there. Carl was cut up, strong. You gotta remember, they was grown men. They playing against the Olympia. In their country, they already had money. They coming from Venezuela to the United States. So him and Gabe played against Mike and them in the Olympics. They already got money. They big and strong. So when he came in, he dominated. The whole thing with the coaching staff came in. Carl, one and done. You know nobody did that, Holly, in our era.
Right.
Carl's situation was already planned out. One and done. Doing one here at Houston, and it's over. We ain't got time for that. He played a little older. He was ready. He was ready, man. He was ready. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'll tell you, he was ready. And Low and them used to give him problems in practice, James Neal, but he showed that he's a pro in practice.
Judith Brodnick said he still has the net.
Oh yeah, I do. I took the net from the tournament. I still got the net.
Nice.
She's right. Nice. I kept that, and they sent me my uniform in the frame. They still take care of it. Like I said, man, they wasn't winning out there. I hope we have a reunion so we could come back and see each other because we put them on the map. We got them. When you go to Sweet 16, you know how much money your school get? That's why they cry and fight. You know that.
Yeah.
That run your program for 4 or 5 years, especially you know what I mean?
That's right.
That's why people cry. They don't know that check you get.
Did you play against Robert Ory?
Yeah, he guarded me. I hit the shot, him. Who else on that? They had a bomb squad, man. Sometimes, like when you get right here, I usually write down my homework. Michael Easley, they had a crew over there. The Bama was the second biggest team I ever saw.
Yeah,
Michigan was the biggest. Michigan was the biggest. Because they had Higgins and Hughes and all them coming off the bench. And then they had Griffin, they had Rice, they had Ramil, Terry Mills. And the funny part about that, after I met them, they started coming to Harlem to see me. See, this is crazy.
You the man, fam. They
coming to Harlem to see. If they don't know their way around, they know 121st and 7th in Harlem.
Real recognize real.
And my neighborhood was happy. They used to let me, I could go down to places and get any sneakers. Derek Coleman, he had British Nikes. I could go to see the lady every day and go get whatever I want. And then she used to give me a box so the whole neighborhood could wear it. My whole neighborhood was wearing British Nikes.
Wow.
British Nikes. I met through Derek Coleman.
Derek Coleman, definitely a real one. Salute to DC.
Yeah.
Always showing support. Yeah.
Good dude.
When it was all said and done, did you feel like you accomplished everything you wanted to accomplish in college?
I thought I did. Some days I thought I could have gotten better, or I thought sometimes if I transferred to a black school, would I had dominate? You know, you always get those ifs. But if you went to some of them mediocre schools, would my stats been better? Because what hurt me was when my era came up, 2 rounds. Before that, 7 rounds. When I came out, 54 people get drafted. That's it.
Yo, hold on,
And we talk about the whole world, baby.
Listen,
So cats ain't catching on.
when it was 7 rounds, guys still thought they had a chance. When it
we
went
got
to
a
2,
chance, baby.
when it went to 2, we was like,
Come on, man. Until it happened my year. It happened the year I come out. So I had to get launched. Launch had to pay for everything. So I went to Orlando. I did my best. Scott Skiles beat me out. I came back to the neighborhood. I told him I usually could dominate every level. I couldn't dominate. I used to call Launch like, I had a bad day. Because they run out of bounds. They do all type of shit you don't know about in the NBA. That you got to learn this. Ain't no excuses. You got to get around all this. You know what I mean? And then I found out, and this is why I tell the truth, Pooh, it was guys 6'8", 6'9" could do the same thing I could do. So I ain't coming to hood to lie. I say, yo, the hardest competition.
Please repeat that again. Please repeat that again.
I found out, man, there's people in the league that could do the same thing I could do, 6'8", 6'9". So that's when I knew, like, some days I got a good day, some days it's hard.
Because I don't think kids realize that. Kids don't realize when you go and play across this country, you realize how many basketball players there are in the world. Just in this country, not even in the world, but just in this country alone. And then you talk about the whole world now that's competing for spots on the NBA team.
And sometimes I do motivational speeches. I break it down. I do math with them. They say it's 375 players, 300 under contract, blah, blah, blah. Well, how many people in the world? So when we finish the whole equation, you got a 0.5 billion to make it to the NBA. So I don't hate on them. I tell them there's other jobs in the NBA. It's 1,000 jobs in the NBA for you to be around all that. And they need that. So all y'all, everybody ain't gonna make the league, but you could do the camera, you could be technology. They got 1,000 jobs in the NBA besides you playing.
So real, man. So real. I told a count and he said 7 texts. I think this is the most I did in one show. This is crazy.
I know I got 7 texts. I mean, I got teched out. I got teched out 3 games. 3.5. Well, I mean, you know, me and you, we could go on all night because this game, like you said, and it's the best way, like me coaching now. And if you ask any coach, I think this is my best sentences I can say. We love the game. Right. They like the game. And that's the best way I could put it. They like the game. They got too much distractions. Like I said, we in Harlem with these beautiful parks. They empty. I ain't see a full court yet. They empty, but they pretty, boy. We play with dents and fiberglass ball. They don't even know when I say the ball had titties on it. What are you talking about?
Facts,
they don't even know what that means.
Facts. Yo, Lord,
they don't know what that means.
Facts.
You know how the inner tube was coming out of that
we
show.
We didn't have it like that. So we played whatever what we had.
Thank you, man. You see these courts now? They pretty fiberglass, double rim, painted. Our joints got holes in them, cracks in the ground. Some is double rim, you know what I mean? And it's sad because now I like to watch the game, but like my son is in the park. I'm an older guy with a young son. I never see a full court. And you name it. I've been all over every park. I don't take my son to one park. Everywhere. You never catch a full court, which is weird. I'm telling them that's how we met each other. We meet in the schoolyard. We meet in the park. We there every day. I change 3 times a day because I say I ain't playing, but I keep playing. I change. So the first thing I'll tell a kid, I don't need a trainer. I'm playing every day. What a trainer gonna do? He ain't there when you gotta make a move. So that's what killed me with these cats with trainers. You got a trainer, but he still ain't doing nothing on the court because you ain't playing. Our playing is we in the park every day, all day, so I don't need a trainer. What I need a trainer for? I play all day. This already got a trainer. Yo, I got a trainer. Yeah, well, I can't tell. I can't, I don't want to say nothing. Like I said, if you tell them something, they might not never come back. This generation is watered down. So I got to be their friend a little more, you know?
No, this is real. Dorian said, and no net. We didn't have nets back then,
No
right?
nets. No nets, man. And we have real coaches, man. Real coaches. You name the organization, I'll tell you where they at. We see each other outside. He played for him. He played for him. They play for him. Now, they ain't loyal. What trips you going on? That's the first thing they ask me. Yo, young man, how you doing? What trips you going on? Yo, man, I didn't even, you know, that's the first thing this generation. What trips we going on? Who you down with? What nowhere? Who you play with? But that's the perks now. That's why I told you the coaches ain't coming here no more. Ain't nobody named here.
Yeah, when you look at it, right, we had an advantage of playing against the older guys. These kids don't experience that. And the older guys was our trainers because we had to work to get on the court. Then we had to work to stay on the court. Then we had to work to where if we lost, we got picked again. So there was definitely levels to.
Yeah, you're right about that because they physicality, like you said, every old cat in my neighborhood, my favorite line, I tell them, you made me great. Because if I can handle your fouls and butching, and that means, that's what they do. When you play against an old cat, you ain't going to be scoring. He going to use his fouls.
Facts.
And they in the park, like you said before that. They in the park. So we got our generation and their generation. Now, man, it's empty, man. It's empty.
I think what happened was when the technology came in, right, and then the shift, then you had a lot of cats during the 90s get locked up as well. So a lot of those guys was going off to prison. We was either just coming home from school, right? We was in transition as well of being adults, so that whole gap with the guys who was a little bit younger than us that didn't bring those other guys on, right? When you was finished with the game, how was your transition back into the real world?
Well, first, when I came back, I had played over in the 6'4" and under league. Got a few dollars there. Remember they tried that 6'4" and under league. I played with Freddie. I played with the Vegas team, Freddie Brank, somebody, all them. So when I got back to my neighborhood, it was ladies that was seeing me outside hanging in, community. So they was like, you're not working, you're not doing nothing. So I said, no, I got a few dollars, I'm just holding my head. So they was like, well, you can go take the teacher's test, or, I got a little power, go do that. So I coincidence, I said, all right, I went and took the teacher's test in 96 and got hired, passed the test. And ever since that, I've been teaching in the field. I'm close to retiring. I can retire, but no way. This is too easy. You know what I mean? For me to come in, I teach in my community in Harlem. I walk to work. I walk home. So it's the American dream to me. I thank the teachers for showing up to come teach in my community. I know it's kind of difficult, but what I like to show them is I never saw my teachers in my life. They see me.
Facts.
They see me. They see me, coach. They see me. Or I know they parents and they be tripping. How you know? I know your moms. So that helps a lot. Then they YouTube me, they look me up. But the main thing is they see me. I never saw my teachers ever, man. So I tell them, man, I came from here, man. You got to learn this education. Best way I could tell them, you could be a smart thug, but you got to know this work a little bit. You know what I mean? And I stresses that to them because we all the same. They the same as me, man. You got to learn this work. And in schools now, they don't really care, man, because they can't. It ain't like our era. Discipline was good. Now it's hard. You can't touch them. They get away with murder. They got all these rules. They got everything. So with me, I'm still old school. My voice works and my presence works. And I use that. You don't got to be tough on this. My words and my presence. So that's why when people like how you can deal with this youth, this is a hard youth to deal with. They're very sensitive, but they like to cause chaos. So with me, I just tell them I learn from them like they learn from me. I don't know it all. Every day you a student for life, I tell them. Just like I give them my phone, you can hold it. They do everything. Because this is what they good at. So when I'm me as the dean and the girls coach, my favorite line is there's two sides to a story. I listen to both of them, and then I say, you want to hear my opinion? And then I tell them. So A lot of good days, some bad days, but this is my craft. This is my calling. You can send me to any school. That's how good I am.
Yo, brother, we do the same thing. I'm a dean in my high school as well, man. So
Oh, that's
salute to
worse. You got it worse. That's harder.
Yo, let me tell you something. I think if you in junior high school, you got it worse than me, fam. Trust me. Right?
Well, my presence were you in high school. They bigger and stronger than you. They taller than us.
Not at all. But my voice, my presence, and the fact that they know I care.
Yeah.
That's how we go.
And I'm not here to embarrass you or nothing, this and that. Yo, fam, you're here because this is your job. That's what I tell them in school. It's your job, man. You don't do nothing, no. It's your job. And you have good days, bad days, I tell them, man. It happens, you know? But you got my favorite thing I try to teach them, you got to respect adults, man. It gets you far. Thank you and please. Basic little simple stuff I try to teach them because this generation has no manners or nothing. And you know that working with them. No manners. No, man, no manners.
Yeah, we were definitely built for this, man. We got Gerald Doogie, Dancing Doogie Thomas in the building. He said he played for that same team, the Las Vegas Silver Streak.
Yep. And the funny part, when I played in 55th, me and him was in the backcourt. The funny part, a guy took me to the game. The meat tookie pyramid. This is the team dominate. A guy took me to him named Keith Robb. He used to be good back in the Kingdom days, but you know he was down at the end of his career. I went there, took his spot, and me and Doogie was in the backcourt in 55th.
That's crazy.
Small world. And then as I started coaching, get ready for this. His son plays for my team.
Yeah, I heard his son is no joke.
I went to the game the other day. I don't go to Unlimited. I went to the game. His son hit the shot for game for 30,000.
Oh, the Queen of Harlem.
That's his son that hit the shot.
Facts. Yo, I just showed that. I had on my show a couple of weeks ago, and I showed that shot. Salute.
Yeah, his name is Malik. He used to be in my niece's classes in Watley because they smart. And he played with me. And then I never go to Unlimited games. I go to Montmartre, I chill. It's getting crowded. I said, let me get close to the exit. Malik gets the ball. That shit hit bottom.
2 seconds.
30,000. 30,000. I said I need to be his agent because they only had 6 players. So I would have said, yo, he got to get 7,000. He got to get 4. I would have had to choreograph that. I got to get way more if I hit the shot.
Fact.
They only had like 6 players. Kareem had about 14.
Woo! That's crazy.
So, it's crazy. Small world, right?
Yeah. Listen, bro. That's why I tell people, listen, it's best to be a good person, right? It's always good to be a good person.
Mm-hmm. You can't cross your bridges. You never know what you need in the long run, you know?
And you never know who.
Correct. That's the part. That's the part.
Hold up, because I want to do this. I want to do this right now since Doogie's on here. I think this would be dope.
Dude.
All right, this is what we're going to do right here.
Could we go viral? Everybody get your cameras out. Follow me at Voice of My City, all one word. Viral moment, viral now. 2, count it!
I'm gonna bring that back.
I was there that day. And I never go to Unlimited game.
Right. So it's crazy. He knew.
Everybody get your cameras out.
The voice of Harlem, the voice of the city.
Voice of My City,
there you go.
I told my friend, I said, at first I thought they were going to get the ball out down there. I said, he's going to do the Kristen Lakeland. They're going to throw it to Malik. That is fire. 30,000.
Listen, New York City at its finest. Right there. No doubt.
That was it.
No doubt. If it's anything that you could change about your basketball journey, what would it be?
I would have loved to play that Georgia Tech. Bobby Crimmins is one of the realest coaches. He tell you you're gonna get a certain amount of playing time. I'm not gonna recruit nobody. He's the most honest person that I met. When they came to see me play, I almost got in a fight with somebody, and he liked it that. I was like, damn, I might have messed up. You know, they see me and came to, I think we was playing Henderson, man, with Sean Kentland. We playing one of them, and I lost my cool. And I forgot what's the black coach name. He came to recruit. So I thought that might have messed it up, but they liked the aggressiveness. So if I really wanted to play in that ACC, I really wanted to play, and you know, because that was one of the toughest leagues back then, and I wanted to see how competitive I could be in that league.
No doubt, no doubt. Now we're gonna get to the hardest part of the show. Right now, we're about to get into that
top five.
All right,
Damn.
all right. Top 5 players you played with. Remember, you only can name 5. You can't bring nobody off the bench.
God damn. I gotta go with one. I love Tip Dog.
That's one.
Wow. I love Jim Ice, man. We played D together, man.
That's 2.
We ain't let nobody do all that. Wow. I got to go big and small, or I got to go all guards.
Whatever you want to do, brother. This is your world, but you only got 3 more.
It's hard, man. I would have loved to play with Charlie Beck. I never got a chance to play with Beck as we got older. Because we lived in the neighborhood.
Now, who you want to play is who you played with. We only naming 5 that you
played with. Oh, who I played with.
Yes.
Who I said Tip, right?
Yeah. And you said your backcourt partner?
I like Master.
Master Rob.
You know what I like about Master? Because every game at Jacksonville, he threw me 2 touchdown passes. He was real accurate with that ball. I mean, some of them was he'd throw it out. I mean, every game, I'm going to get 6 points off Master home run pass. Now, I don't know, but that's one thing he could do. So I said, Tip, Master. Who else I said?
Didn't you say Jelly? You say Hodge? Did you say Hodge?
Oh, I love them, but I'm not gonna pick them because I met them somewhere else. I'm not gonna I'm gonna try to stay in New York.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. We like
I know, but I'm gonna try to stay that Lloyd Daniels.
Oh yeah.
I gotta say me and Rob Strickland had some of the greatest together against each other, on each other's side, had fights and had arguments, and we still A1. And wow. I play with so many. I love Neil Smith too. I don't know if you remember Big Daddy.
Yes.
He played with me at South Alabama too.
Wow.
He went to St. John's. He would have been at St. John's, and he played at with Anthony Mason and all them in high school. Marty, the coach of St. John's.
Yes, at Springfield. Played at
Springfield. Big Daddy was on that team, so that'll be my 5 because I was at a St. John's game and somebody came in the stands and said the coach said he know you. And when I look, I said, yeah, we beat them in City College, Springfield Gardens.
Oh,
Marty.
You have mentioned Jim Ice. You mentioned Jim Ice.
Yes, I love him.
Yes.
You know why he's my favorite? Because me and him is defensive minded. Ain't nobody gonna be scoring all those buckets on him, and we gonna make you turn. And everything is pressure. Ain't no chilling, man. That's why with me and him and the else, it's pressure the whole game. And he's fearless. We fearless, man. We play against anybody. Like they say all those names. I don't care what your name is. When I show up that day, you got a long night, man. You could be all that, whatever names they gave. I don't care. When he see me on the other side, you got a long night, man.
Talk that talk, OG.
Yeah, I take this serious in between the paint, man. After that, on that's my heaven, man. I go through so much stuff off the court. No parents don't come to the games. I don't have none of that. My block just comes. My family never used to come. You know what I mean? But my neighborhood.
I think we all experienced that back then.
Yeah, my neighborhood is coming.
Parents didn't come to the games back then like they do now.
Nah. And if they did, they parent want to know you because Glenn Pooh is a good player. So his father say, hey, is Pooh here today? Is Butter here today? They so polite. These parents now, drama.
If it's not their kid, who cares?
Yeah, so that was hard, though. I like everybody.
Rest in peace, Big Daddy, for sure. Salute to Darnell Gray. All right. Top 5 players you played against.
D. Brown was kind of hard. Glenn Rice was hard. Todd Day was hard from Arkansas.
Straight killers.
That Gallon was a beast too at Old Dominion.
Ooh, yes, he was. Left hand.
Yes. Yes.
One more.
I forgot who was the point guard at Carolina? I don't know. No, Kenny was just a little older. A little older.
Jimmy Black?
No, they're a little older. It might be somebody. Let me pick another one. We play against so many, man. That kid George McLeod gave me trouble from Florida State. He was the first one to shoot threes. It'd be 6'6", 6'7".
Tough. And a lot of people didn't shoot threes back then, you know.
I'll never forget that. Ain't no point guards hardly 6'7". It was them, and they had a point guard at South Florida. It was about 6'6". So that means that's who I got. So
was it King Rice from upstate?
It might have been him. I think that is Rice.
Yeah, we lost to them in the state championship.
But no, what was so funny when we was in, I forgot to say that, when we was in the NCAA tournament, you know, you get an hour to practice. So that's the first time I seen Fox and all of them. I made a mistake. Carolina was gigantic too.
Yes.
They had Montrose, Fox, all of them, man. So we practiced right after them because as soon as that minute is up, you got to get right on the court. Because you know you only get 59 minutes.
To go through everything.
Yeah, and the other team was watching you because they waiting. And then the media is all over you. But I forgot, Carolina was one of the biggest teams too I ever saw.
Always.
Even Rick Fox was gigantic, thick. Oh, he wasn't no skinny dude. Yeah, they had a big team because we was watching them. they was watching us because they came on practice right after us.
Got you. Top 5 players in New York City history.
See, that's the reason why I say it's coming out hard. It depends on your age bracket.
Yeah, and
I'm asking that. That's why when people say stuff, I like old school people.
That's okay. That's okay.
So some people might take that. You know what I mean? I loved Steve. I loved Kenny Patterson. I loved who used to tell somebody. I mean, Nigel used to tear it up in Kingdom. I love Raheem. I like the older players. Because when I used to ride my bike down to Kingdom, it was serious. You know what I mean? So I used to like to see that competition.
One more.
I like, my favorite was Richie Adams and Ed Pickney. I love the animal. And he be with me. He get on my nerves, but I love him.
I love Richie Adams too. He's my I played pro-am with him down in Virginia, and he is my roommate, and he told me his story. Man, Richie, come on the show, brother. People need to hear your story.
So he be with me. He be with me in Harlem. I gotta set it up for you. Going through a lot.
Bet.
But I see him. He in my circle. He's still in my circle.
Got you. No doubt. Listen, man. I want to say this, and this is real talk. Guys like you make our city what it is. You know, those who know, they know. There's a lot of people that don't know and don't understand, right? So when I get calls from the heavy hitters, the All-Americans, the McDonald All-Americans, you know, the guys who went to the pros and they hit my phone and like, yo, tell my man, appreciate you, man. Tell my man he was a problem. Yo, tell my man, yo, much love. And when I was reading the text, man, and going down, man, I just said, yo, this is one of the reasons why I do this for cats like yourself. Who put in a lot of work. Nothing was given. You earned everything.
Correct.
So I just want to say thank you, man. We appreciate you, and you definitely are one of the best players in New York City history, for sure.
Hey, man, thank you, Coach. I had some of the best coaches. I made sure I was a student athlete, and the first word I said was student. My dreams was the NBA, but I'm decent. I take care of myself. I take care of my family. Oh, it went off. Boom, my phone ran out.
I'll be here just in case he wants to come back and say some last words. We'll be here for you, brother. But, you know, the one thing I want to say about T, man, is that he's always been a real one. And I know a lot of you, you know, basketball heads out there, it's like, yeah, I know y'all just set that up. This was a year in the making, a year and some change. It had to be like a year and a half. We was planning this. So when you see guys come up here and girls or women come up here, we got to get it right. And when we get it right, we get shows like tonight. So I definitely want to salute my brother, Terrance, T-Nut, Brodnick, for coming on the show and sharing his story. It's an amazing one. For you kids out there that are getting a chance to have him as your dean, a mentor, or somebody that you can look up to, definitely the right person, man. Everybody out there, make sure you tell somebody about the show. If you haven't, this is your first time at the show, make sure you subscribe. All right? And listen, I tell everybody this. Go on my page and just scroll down. Just scroll down. Just scroll down. And you will see some of the greatest interviews you've ever seen.
My phone was dead.
No doubt, no doubt. I just want to give you a chance to say some last words. And I definitely want to say salute to your wife, because you don't know how many guys who came on here this show that their wife was holding them down and being that strong backbone in the background, making sure that their man is
she all I got,
doing the right thing, man. So that's real.
And
that's real. We appreciate it.
Thank you for letting me come on. And it's a great thing you're doing, letting people learn from other people. Like I said, you can learn from a dummy. So anybody, I don't care what level, D3, D whatever, you played the game, man. It's fun. It's just the perks you get, different prizes. There's fans everywhere, I tell a kid. You don't have to go Division 1. You go Division 2, Division 3. It's fans, man. And the bottom line, you want to get your degree. If not, they use you. So in my school, come on, 100,000 a football game, 20,000 at the game. If you don't graduate, man, you get on what I'm saying? So the first thing I try to tell y'all, student athlete, and just do your best. The hardest part sometimes is just showing up. And once you show up, you got a chance. But if you don't, then it's over. And like I said, everybody, I wish the best for everybody, man. That's the type of person I am. I'll give you anything because your blessings is better than your receiving. So I try to give. I give anything away. Anybody that know me will tell you I give you the shirt off my back. Because it's just material things. I can get another one. It's nothing. If it means something to you, then you can have it. But that's the best I can say, man. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's been a long time. I've been going through some things. That's why we didn't meet up. But sometimes it works best for that.
That's right.
This is one of my great ones, and I appreciate you for having me on the show.
No doubt, brother. Appreciate you, King. Listen, y'all go out there, y'all subscribe to this channel. Y'all share this with everybody. Share this with your family, friends, and let everybody know we had Terrance, T-Nut, Brodnick in the building tonight. Appreciate you, King.
Okay, love you. Salute, man.
Love you too, brother. Respect. All right. Respect. Yeah. Well, we're about to be out of here. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding. And you've been watching Basketball Heads live, the official home for New York City basketball. Y'all know the slogan. Y'all see it. When you see me in the hood, show some love like you always do, New York City. We love y'all. I'm out. And like we say around this time, peace. Oh, big shout out to everybody that was in the building. I want to make sure we shout out Dorian Graham, Ayatollah Beats, Eric Weaver, Tia B, All Ball, Rodney Johnson, James Witt, John Johnson, Dorian Graham, Tanisha Evans, Tar Rivero, Dennis Rhodes. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the love. Prince Boogie, thank you for sliding through and showing love. Who else? Who else on check-in before? Paul Scurry, appreciate you, brother. You're always on the check-in. Killer Dogs, appreciate you. Donnell Gray, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah. Who's that? Casey Edge, appreciate you. K Pratt, BX. Ty Shields. So many people on the check-in. Doogie, Dancing Doogie. Mukbang King, whoever that is. No, nobody name on here. Salute, 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 salute. Salute to Judith Brodnick. Who else before we get up out of here? Dennis Rose again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We out.